Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Yep, I have a rainbow on my face and I will for the whole video, so sorry about that. I have crystals in my windows and it's sunny out and they cast rainbows throughout the entire apartment, so we're getting one right on the face right now. Anyway, it's time to see how we did with our January budget. It's actually not bad. It's not bad. It's not fantastic, but it's not bad. So I'm excited. You guys know I had some big, well, for the whole year, I have big student loan savings goals and investing goals and budget goals. Still a work in progress on that one, but it's all good. So let's just get into it. Also, yes, there's a rainbow on my notebook as well, so I'm very sorry. But I'm not sorry. I love it. All right. As always, we always start at the top with income. So I have a goal of $5,360 take-home pay every month. And that's, as I always say, the minimum I would ever make if I worked a 40-hour work week. No shift differential, no overtime. But as we all know, that never happens, but it's just my safety net number. My actual income for January was $7,003, and my pen is not wanting to write. So, exciting income update. I'm not going to write anything as a line item for this month because I didn't get anything in my pocket. But, of course, as you all know, my tenant moved into my rental property in December, and that means I got a security deposit. I got about a week's worth of rent for December. She moved in right before Christmas, and I have rent income from January, which is awesome. But I had some outstanding balances with the property management company just for repairs that she's had to make or that have come up for the tenant since she moved in, and also management fee, which they're not actually charging me like the months of management fee from all the months I've owned this property and not had a tenant, which is awesome. They're only charging me now that she's living there. But I also have to pay like a $1,300 or $1,030. Either way, a tenant placement fee, which goes to the management company. So they're just holding those balances and just putting the monthly rent towards it, which is fine with me. It's not costing me out of pocket. I'm just not getting anything back in pocket yet, if that makes sense. So we do have rental income, y'all. How many months later? It's almost been a year since I started that property purchase. So finally things, are starting to come together, but I won't actually have money in my pocket until maybe April, just with the amount that I owe them minus the rent coming in. So who cares? It's coming. I just wanted to put that out there that there is now other income than just my W-2, which is amazing. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Rent, $1,500 a month to live in this lovely apartment, which is exactly what I paid. And then electricity, I budgeted $50, and my actual electric bill was $56.27. So we went a little bit over by $6.27, but it's winter time. I have electric heat. I should probably bump that up for the winter just because I'm sure, and it's been freaking cold. There's been so many days in single digit temperatures in January, so I'm not really surprised at all. Maybe I'll bump that up for February. It's not exactly much warmer as it's now February. Ugh, kind of a cold winter, but that's okay. My student loans are with Fed Loan Servicing. My payment before they went into forbearance back at the beginning of 2020 was $705.69, but of course I'm not making that monthly payment. We're just saving for those. My gym membership is always $22.99. My internet kind of fluctuates. It's either $38.99 or $39.99 a month. It's all the same. Netflix is $17.99 a month for now. Like I said, y'all know if you have Netflix, the prices are going to be going up soon. Who knows to what, but my cell phone bill is always $60. Groceries and food, I budgeted $300, but if you guys saw my February budget video, we're bumping that up next month because I constantly go over and prices are just insane. Okay, prices aren't insane, but things are going up. Like my little brick of coffee is like up by more than $1, like almost $1.30 already. That's just one example. Obviously, I like coffee. What did I spend? $535.67, which is $235.67 over. And I went out to eat a few times, and when I do that, I tend to not give a shit about the price. So sushi, it's sushi every time. Holy crap, is that stuff expensive. But anyway, it's okay. I'm working on it. Gas and car wash. I don't know what happened here. Okay, it's been a crap month. There was a lot of snow, which means the roads are disgusting, covered in salt, and so now is my car, obviously. So I did 2 car washes, which aren't cheap either. What's with that? Those are like $15 a piece. And I also went skiing, which means a 2-hour drive north and a 2-hour drive back. So I spent quite a bit on gas this month. I filled up like 3 times. I spent $120.83, which is $60.83 over. So kind of a heavy month for gas. I don't know, whatever. Chiropractor, I always budget $40 a week. I only got to see him twice, so I spent $80, so that means we're $80 under budget there. And then pet supplies, I budget $25. I spent $36.42, not bad. I don't always buy things every month for them, so sometimes I don't spend anything, but I was $11.42 over for January. And then investing, I want to try to invest $100 a month for all of 2022. I had some extra money hanging around, so I actually ended up investing $450. I don't know why, but whatever. I put $200 to my FundRise. I put $200 to my Roth IRA for 2021, which you are allowed to still contribute to until tax day, and which I've already explained that I may have to take back out because I did make more than the individual income limit last year. I just, for some reason, didn't happen to notice it until after I had transferred that money over. And then I invested $50 in crypto just because the price was so low. I thought, why not? So we'll see what happens there. So we're certainly over budget on investing, but I'm not going to count that as being over because investing is never a bad thing. Donate, I'm trying to donate $50 a month. And so far, or right now, I'm donating to another YouTuber who's on her debt-free journey as well. She inspired me to start this channel, so I'm just trying to give back and help her out, and she's doing fantastic. Her channel is Personal Finances with Layla, Debt Over It, so I donated another $50 a month to her in January. And then spending, which is just any spending that's not in any of those categories, I try to budget $300. In January, I actually spent $630.29. So I did do some personal shopping, but, well, for starters, that's $330.29 over. But $185 of that was both a dental cleaning, which I had to pay for part of out of pocket, and some pathology lab work from a medical visit last summer. And they finally got me the bill, and my insurance doesn't cover specific certain pathology items, so I had to pay for that out of pocket. I also, $30 of that came out to auto replenish my Easy Pass, which is like our toll booth pass we use here on the East Coast, with the exception of Florida. Just from driving quite a bit, like going up to the mountains and back when I went skiing and stuff like that. I spent $63 on a facial, $50 on vitamins, $70 on an Uber ride because when I went to Florida last week before, I went down to see my parents and they weren't able to get me from the airport, so I just took an Uber, which is like a 40-minute ride, so that was kind of pricey. So they're not, and then I did some personal spending, just like houseplant stuff. I needed more soil, things like that. Not like frivolous shopping. I'm not buying clothes and crap that I don't need. It's really, for the most part, just been kind of necessities that don't really fit into any of my categories, which is why a good chunk of that, like the dental and pathology work, I really want to get contributing to this car, vet, and medical fund so I can just have money set aside for those things, which is fine right now. Obviously, I have the income to cover them as they come up, but I just really want to start that sinking fund one of these days just to cover these kind of items, but that's okay. And then other things not forecasted, or, this category for the last several months has always been concerned with my rental property. So I budgeted $0, but I spent $268.87. Oops. And all that is the $206 for the mortgage on the rental property, which I'm paying out of pocket, obviously, right now, where I'm not yet getting rental income. But of course, once I do, it'll way more than cover that mortgage. But for now, we're just paying it out of pocket. And then there was a gas bill for the rental property from the month of December before the tenant moved in. I just had to pay that. I finally got the bill for that. So no big deal. We shouldn't be having any more rental property, electricity, or gas bills in the future now that she's in there covering her own bills. And in a couple months, the mortgage will start to be covered by the rental income also. So I'll have to change the setup of how I do my budgeting. But for now, we're excited for that to happen, but we're just taking it day by day. All right, next category. Oh, but really, that's not bad for other. Normally, that's quite no big purchases in January, luckily. But debt is the next thing. Like I said, I just have my student loan debt with Fed Loan Servicing. My balance I have left with them is $160,700.22. And going into January, I had that $4,800 savings held over from 2021. I had a goal of saving another $2,500 in January, and I did exactly $2,500, which is exciting. So if you add up the $4,800 plus the $2,500, that is $7,300 total that I ended with savings for those in January. So if you subtract that $7,300 from the $160,700, that would leave us with a balance of $153,400.22. We are so close to $150,000 left. That's really exciting. In the next couple months, we'll be under that, which means a total debt payoff of $100,000 since we started all this shit. Y'all know I started with $250,000 in debt, mostly student loans, but also, well, if you saw my debt journey video, had credit cards, multiple credit cards, and a used car loan was the other thing. Just so much crap. So almost 6 figures of debt paid off. That's really exciting. Oh, and I bought a new car and paid for all of that. So it's like, sometimes I get down on myself for how long this is taking, but in reality, that's really awesome. So anyway, emergency fund. Now we're in the sinking funds, of course. So emergency fund, I want to get that back up to $10,000. And going into January, I had $362 saved. So in January, I was able to add $100. So if you add that, of course, that's $462 saved. Oh, and 91 cents. Let's not forget the change. Every penny counts, which means $9,537.09 to go. Slowly but surely. Roth 2022, I hope to contribute the full $6,000 as long as I am allowed to. I should be talking to a CPA soon about my taxes to find out for 2021, just to make sure I don't have to pull out the $1,500 that I contributed for 2021 because I did make over that income gap. But I'm hoping it's like the cap is adjusted income. So he has to like figure out my whole tax scene and see if I'm okay there. I should be okay for 2022. I don't have any huge income months this year, but we'll see. So we haven't saved anything for that yet, of course. And same with the car, vet, and medical fund. I want to have $2,000 in a sinking fund for any car, vet, and medical expenses that come up, which I have not saved to yet just because student loans are the focus of my entire existence. All in all, not bad. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with this other category. It has been so much worse in months previous. Certainly getting the rental property up and going, that has always been a big ding to the spending. And I don't want to say that in a negative way. I know I've explained this so many times, but I knew that the rental property process was going to be a lot up front, out of pocket, in order to have long-term gain from that whole situation. So we went through all that. The emergency fund was fully depleted by that property, which is why we're at only $400-ish. But it just, in a couple months, it'll start to pay off and pay back, and I will put that rental income into my emergency fund until I get my emergency fund back where I want it to be. And I'll also be contributing that from my W-2 income. So it's going to be fine. Everything has worked out just fine. I'm not mad or discouraged about the whole process and how much that property has cost me over this time. So if you are thinking about real estate investing, I don't want you to be scared by my journey. Like, I went into it knowing the risks, and I'm very fortunate right now to have the income to back it up if anything did go wrong, which it certainly did, and anything that will come up in the future, because things come up. It's going to happen, but you just have to keep the global big picture in mind and really be able to keep the long-term goal in focus when you're working through those crappy situations that come up, and as they always do. But you just got to keep mentally prepared for them. And I know in my heart of hearts that real estate investing is going to be a good thing for me. So anyway, just putting that out in the ether. If anyone gave a shit, I don't know, probably not. But I just love real estate investing. The thought of it, anyway, even though I'm such a novice at this point, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm so proud of myself for at least starting, getting going. And you guys, I feel like things are finally going to start going in the positive direction over the next couple months, pending any disasters between now and then. But we'll not even think about that because we don't want to put that energy out there. But anyway, that's all. So all in all, not a bad month. We do have some things to work on for February, which is, of course, my spending. Not that some of that was not in my control, or it certainly wasn't anything frivolous, so I'm not mad about it whatsoever. But we are going to rein in that eating out in February. I haven't yet, and it's only been about a week, so we'll see. And also I've upped my food budget for February. What did I say I was going to do? $450. Yeah, so that'll give ourselves a little more wiggle room. So yeah, all in all, solid month. Let me know down in the comments, how did you guys do with your February budget? January budget. We are not on February yet, but I love hearing about that. And if you guys have any suggestions for these budget videos, we'd love to hear those as well. Thank you so much for listening. If you're still here at this point, if you're on your debt-free journey as well and find these budgeting videos helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.